name is Kathy Ham, and I'm a homeless outreach specialist with Directions for Living. Our job is to go out into the community and meet face-to-face with people that are on the street, literally homeless. So that will be, determining how long they've been out on the street. What are their needs? Some of the causes of what that brought them out onto the street. And then we're going to advocate to get them into the proper shelter or program that they need. Do they need drug rehab? Do they need detox right away? Are they getting mental health treatment? Do they have family that we can do diversion and get them with family? Do we need to do diversion to pay bills that they can go back home to their family somewhere? We do assessments for housing. Is there housing needs, which the majority need? So we'll do those assessments. Referrals to get into shelters, detox programs, drug, those are the things that we do. Some of the things that we do is transportation. Do they need clothes to get to work? Are they employed? Do they need referrals over to employment agencies, housing agencies? Do they need hygiene because they're working now and they need those things to be clean when they're out on the street? Medical care, are they getting medical care? So when's the last time they saw the doctor? Are they getting cancer treatments and now they need transportation to get to those cancer treatment programs? Do they need applications to help them get Blue Card so that they can get medical care? Helping them apply or get linked into a program that helps them apply for their disability. So maybe they're at an age to where they're not quite ready to retire, but they're broken down just because of everything they've had to experience, either substance abuse, mental health, or just even physical labor. So it's a wide variety of services that we try to get them into in a collaboration of what programs are suitable for them out in the community. And at this time, I've been doing street outreach with Directions for 10 months. So there's never a same day on street outreach. Every day is different. So like today, for instance, we arrive at the soup kitchen. As soon as we get out of the car, we have snacks that are donated to Directions. So they're rushing up to the car, they're assisting me to empty the trunk, and then the homeless people literally help each other hand else out. So it's like, Kathy, can I help you? So they'll hand out those snack bags so that they get to participate in that. So they're also helping each other. So then it's just a lot of people coming up because they want bus passes. They've got places that they go. Might not seem a lot to some people, but that $2.50 for that bus pass is a lot when they're out on the street. And us being able to give them that $2.50 bus pass means that they're not out panhandling, or the girls aren't out doing things that they probably don't want to be doing because they need money. That's one of the things, is trying to get services out so we can curtail some of those behaviors or things that they have to do when they're out on the street. But they'll come up because we have one that needs to go to cancer treatment at Largo Medical Center. So he sees me on a pretty frequent basis. We have them that want to go up to Tarpon Springs because they can go up to the Shepherd Center in Tarpon Springs and they can go up and get clothing. They can go up to the food bank because they'll have encampments maybe out in places in the city, and they need food that they can take back to their homes on the street. So then they'll come to me because they're going to look for jobs. So we have lists of temp agencies within the Clearwater area. So I can give them a list of those temp agencies, kind of gives them leads of where they can get employment right away. And then we'll give them a bus pass so that they can get there. Some of them are wanting referrals to shelter. We had one that was taken down for a shelter today, wasn't accepted. I can't get him into another. So we're calling around to try to find places to get him, and the officer is going back to pick him up to transport him to a shelter somewhere. So it's those phone calls that just kind of, we have to throw in the midst of everything else that we're doing. People that want referrals, they put on wait lists, but maybe they don't have a phone. So we're giving out, information, you contact me. So keep in touch with me. People that I waited to see today that, didn't come and will stay a little longer because maybe they'll show up. Maybe they're maybe nervous about coming, or they're having difficulty coming. So we'll wait a little longer. And then we had a meeting shortly thereafter to go to for the Going Home Project. And that's one of the churches that work with us in Clearwater, one of our faith-based programs, to help people get diversion. They pay for bus tickets, plane tickets, train tickets, so that we can get them back with family so that they're off the street. So we'll, you know, the phone's constantly ringing while we're talking to people, you know, and you're trying to get them services, you know, where can they go? What can they do? So that's just part of a day. It's just a piece of some of the stuff that we get to do while we're out there, and they're so nice. The people that we meet out there they're just amazing. The strength that they have and endurance for what they go through when they're out on the street is just, they're just amazing out there. So that's part of the day. And it really takes a village to help these people. So the number of programs that we're starting to collaborate with is growing at a steady rate. So we may get things from the soup kitchen, working with them on housing, getting them IDs, getting birth certificates ordered through the refuge program, getting clothing from, if they have it at the thrift store, through Salvation Army or Goodwill, going with bowling for housing. So we may have a lady that's in a shelter for domestic violence. Now she's being discharged because her time's up, but she's got nowhere to go. So then we're reaching out to Bowley for housing. In the meantime, we've got the St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen that's paying now for a hotel because she's going to be out on the street with those children and she doesn't have anywhere else to go. Because maybe she fled another state to get away from her offender. So now she's down here with nobody. So now we're all that she has. So that relationship that we're developing with her and the collaboration of the different programs. So maybe we had a family, the mom could get into housing, but she couldn't take her child that just turned 18. So now we're working with the Going Home Project so that we got him now placed back with family in the state that she came from. So now we have her down here and her children are housed, but she has that other child now, he's safe too. So he didn't have to go to a shelter. So it's those collaboration of those different programs that we're pulling in, that it shows that the community that we really care as a community about the people that live in our community, that these are people that are at one point were very active and contributing factors. They were contributing residents of our town, but now they come on hard times, and for whatever reason, substance abuse, the economy, whatever's pushing them out into the streets, we're able to help them so that we can get them back to where they should have been, just living lives in housing, that everybody has a right to be housed. So that's, you know, that housing first, getting people where they need to be in housing and not just shelters that are temporary. But that collaboration of our community, it's making it happen. When you're out here working with the homeless, is you have to have compassion. You can't take anything that happens out there personal. I mean, there's days that they want to vent and they will take every piece of anger they have out on you because you're that person they're depending on to assist. We may not have all the answers. We may not have all the resources. We may not, because funding is so short out there that we don't have funding for enough shelters. We don't have enough funding for mental health or substance abuse treatment to get it out on the street where they are. Services have to come to them. But you have to envision that every person that you meet out on that street could be a family member. It could be your mom. It could be your child. That child that's sleeping in a car or sleeping in a tent could be my grandkid. That could be a family member that I have that has mental health issues or substance abuse. So you have to envision those people that you're helping could be your own family, because it's not happening to just people that you assume has major mental health issues or substance abuse issues and they're never going to change because they want that to happen. This is happening to people that never expected it to happen. They never expected to get into their midlife and start going through mental health that they didn't have before, or to be kicked out of their home, or to have that senior citizen apartment that they were living on, that they expected to live their golden years in that apartment, and suddenly it's sold. And now their income doesn't meet that need, and they're finding themselves in a tent. So when you're referring that senior citizen to go live in that tent, you got to think about what kind of services they're getting. What are they going to get when they get there? But you have to envision that these are people that you know, because it's happening. It's happening to our neighbors. It's happening to our co-workers, you know, to city officials, the employees of the cities, you know, our co-workers, you know, because their rent's going up, or, you know, they are work at high stress level jobs like we do, to where maybe they're having a bad time and they turn to substances. So it's people that we know. So when we're out there, you have to have compassion. You have to think that it could be anybody. It could be us. Our economy's getting to where it could be us at any time. So can't judge. No judgment out on the street. There's no judgment of what brought them out there. It's my judgment as if I'm giving them the right services. That's what they need.